Welcome to Life with Gaz. If you're new to the channel, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that bell, because I have a new sea fishing video every Wednesday, and then the second Saturday of every month I'll put a freshwater video on as well. Before I get into this video, I just want to show you something I did on the weekend, and that's a little bit of wild camping. Now, I went out wild camping with my mate Bill, and he's just started his own YouTube channel called Life is Still. I'll put that in the comments a bit later on. But when I was out there, I decided to try my hand at a little bit of tarn fishing. Now, this is where doing your research really comes in handy, and I didn't do my research. This was an off-the-cuff sort of spur-of-the-moment decision, and what I did was set up a rod on a tarn, which probably freezes out in the winter, and I didn't see any signs of fish, any bait fish, nothing in there. But don't worry, at some point in the future, I'm sure me and Bill are going to head back up to the Lake District, and I'll show you a bit of successful tarn fishing on the fly rod, maybe even the spinning rod. But for now, let's just check out some of that scenery before we get cracking on this week's sea fishing video.
Well, hey guys, welcome to Life with Gaz, and today I'm fishing down here on Blackpool Beach in front of the Blackpool Tower. I'm right next to North Pier. Now, the sun is going down, so it's going to get dark fairly quick tonight, but what I'm doing is I'm fishing sort of just before a big storm hits, and I'm hoping that that's going to work for me because I can't get out on any of the good tides this week. So what I've done is made the best of a bad situation. As you can see, the sea is flat calm. Tomorrow is going to be churned up like anything and completely unfishable. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, and I'm going to use two long flowing traces, two flapper rigs, and I'm just fishing with worm tonight. Although I could use fish baits and I'll probably stand a better chance of catching some other fish, I've got some worm to use up and I don't want to see it go to waste. So I'm just going to use that and see what I can find. So there you go, there's the two rigs all set up and ready to go out there and find some fish for me. So I've got them thrown out now, and I'm quite confident actually that I'm going to catch something tonight. And the reason for this is because the conditions look quite good for a lot of small species of fish. So with any luck, really I'm hoping for a sole, but I think whiting could be on the cards tonight. But if you have a look, and I'll turn the camera around now, you can see just out here that I've got this flat bit, and then you can see there's a bank which is just uncovering just there. And one of the dilemmas of fishing when you're low water fishing is, especially on a beach like this one, is there's lots of banks and gullies and there's lots of little dips in there. So what I'm doing is I've just cast out on the off chance there's something there. I've got one just over that bank and one just short of it. And what I'm hoping is the fact that maybe I might be able to pick up an early fish. But what I'm going to do is give it about 20 minutes of fishing like this, and then I'm going to cross that gully and get out to that bank and start fishing out there. So now a bit more of the beach is uncovered, now it's getting darker. What you can see is that I've got this big gully behind me which is still emptying. Now there's going to be little bits of food in there, and what they're going to do is they're going to empty out between obviously this sandbank and that sandbank just there. You can see where it's running just into this area. Now the tide itself is running from north to south at the moment, so it's going away from the pier down towards this way. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of my baits in short just behind these breakers just there, in the hope that that may be an area the fish want to concentrate in and pick up any of the tidbits which are being washed out from the beach. Well guys, it's got dark now and I've been fishing for a while without too much success, lots of little bites. Then all of a sudden I pulled two rods in, one after another, two little whiting and a little place. So we've got about an hour till low water, so that is a great sign. Hopefully we're going to see some more fish soon.
After going quiet for probably the next sort of hour and a bit, about 3/4 of an hour after low water, I started getting bites again, and the first fish to come in was this little dogfish. Now, dogfish, they can be a great indicator that the fish are still out there, and they can really sort of lighten your mood if you're not catching anything. But this next fish I thought was a bogey species of mine. I thought was a smooth hound. I had a big take, a big run, and I had to follow this fish down to the water. So whilst I was undoing the clutch, because I was worried it was going to start trying to snap me off. So I pulled this fish in, to a pleasant surprise. So let's see what that's all about. There she is, sitting on the sand. An absolute surprise for me. It's a PB thornback ray, and I was absolutely over the moon to see her. But the trouble is the fact that the tide was coming in fast. I was on a bank which was filling up a gully behind me as well, so I had to pick up all my gear and the fish as well, track back across to be able to unhook this fish before releasing her. Now this girl, she was actually quite deep hooked, but luckily I'm a dab hand with a T-bar. Now all you need to do is pull all the beads and attractors away, so obviously the T-bar's got a clear run, and then you need to work out what direction the hook's going. So all I do is give the hook a little bit of a pull. Now this is less pressure than the fish had when I was bringing her in, so obviously you haven't got to worry too much. And then once you can see the hook, you can generally have a good gauge with my hooks at what direction they're pointing. And all you do is run the T-bar down to the bend of the hook, push it down, and then pull it away from the direction the hook point's pointing, and you should be able to bring it out in one movement.
Well guys, absolutely chuffed to bits with this forney. She's £7, 3 ounces. She's going to go back now, and unfortunately that is bringing us towards the end of this session. So if you guys would like this episode of Life with Gaz, make sure you hit the subscribe button down here. Check out my latest fishing video over here, my playlist for sea fishing up top.